Whitney is looking for a second date update with a guy named Kevin, and we're going to try to help her out. Hi, Whitney. How are you?
I mean, I'm okay. Kind of wish I didn't have to call you for this, but...
Well, we're happy to have the conversation. It'll be fun. Might learn something.
Yes, happy to get to talk to you all, even if it's for this reason.
Well, why don't we start from the beginning? Tell us how you met Kevin, and then we'll get into the date and all that. Go from there.
Sure. I mean, we met online, so nothing too exciting there. But we went out twice. First time we just went to lunch, and then we went to a Bengals game.
Oh, wow.
Exactly, right? Like
That's
a fun date. I
fun.
thought that was like a really good, yeah, exactly. I thought everything went really well both times. Like we got along really well, lots of good conversation, lots of laughing. Everything really flowed, you know?
Did you meet any of his friends?
I did. So before the game, we tailgated with a bunch of his friends, and that went well. I felt like we had good banter. I felt like they were sort of like, okay, she's cool. You know, like I felt that, and I wasn't like, oh, his friends are jerks, you know?
Good.
Yeah, so that was good. And we're all like big Bengals fans.
That's awesome.
So who helps?
That helps.
Who got the seats?
Yeah,
And
who
where,
paid
and
for
where
the
did
tickets?
you sit?
He paid for the tickets, I assume, or like maybe he and his friends split it. I don't know. He paid for my ticket.
Yeah, that's nice.
So
That's
yeah.
a really long date, too. Like,
I was just thinking that's a long day.
that is a long day, but that's a really long date. Lunch, tailgating, Bengals game. I mean, that's a fun time.
well, lunch was the first date, and then
Okay.
the second date was the tailgating and the game.
Okay, but still fun.
Yeah, still fun and still a long date. Like those games aren't like 8 minutes; they're
Right.
pretty long.
Yeah, they're like 4.5 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, did you get super drunk?
No, not super drunk. I got a little silly.
But that's to be expected.
Yeah, nothing crazy.
That's the vibe, you know?
Exactly, and his friends were like a little tipsy too, so I think it was fine. The only thing I can think of, like, I didn't sleep with him, but I'm kind of slow to do that always, and I felt like everything was heading in that direction. I don't know. He dropped me off at my place after the game. He kissed me goodnight, and then he left, and I never heard from him again.
Oh, no.
Okay, something happened.
What did you do? What did you say?
Well, that's why I asked her if she got super drunk. You know, I didn't. I mean, do you become a? Are you? Listen, I believe you when you say you didn't. Some people just have different definitions of super drunk. Some
Correct.
people become bigger handfuls than they realize.
Correct.
I'm not saying that was the case with you. I'm just asking you to explore that a little.
Also,
You're pointing at me?
yeah, you're a bigger handful drunk. So is she. I was pointing to her, Jen.
That's why I don't do it anymore.
I wasn't pointing to you. I was pointing to Jen. But yes.
Okay.
But also going to a game is a bit risky. Like, what if you are a crazy, excessive fan and he's just a fan? Or what if you
We've
were
had
like,
that happen.
call? What do you mean that bleeping call?
Yeah, were you
like-
yelling at the refs?
You didn't get
Right.
into a fight with anyone in the stands.
Right. So many things.
No. Like I'm a vocal person, but his friends were definitely like he had at least one of his friends who was just like totally one of those crazy yelling everything things.
Okay.
So if I was not the person in our group who was the worst, for sure.
Was
Got
he a yeller? Maybe you were too quiet.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you didn't have enough passion.
You're not passionate enough.
Oh my God, I have to be such a specific thing for these men.
Not at all. No, we're running through like every
Previous
scenario
second
that's
date up-
ever
yeah.
happened on Second Date Update related to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no, I don't think that I was like too much or too little. I think I was like with the vibe of the group. I think.
Good. Okay. What else? Anything else?
I don't
He
think.
took you home. He kissed you goodbye. That was the last you seen or heard from him.
That was the last of it. Yeah.
Mm.
I've tried texting him, I tried calling him, nothing.
Now I'm moving
Nothing.
into something happened to him. Yeah.
Oh, I hope not.
Hope not too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
So let's take a break. We'll call him back when we come back as Second Date Update continues. Yeah, Whitney met Kevin online, and they went out a couple of times. The first time they went out, they had a lunch that went well enough that he felt comfortable inviting her out to a Bengals game. So he paid for the tickets, hung out with a bunch of his friends, so he got to meet the crew, liked them. They seemed to like her, seemed to fit in. She didn't get too crazy, according to her.
She didn't think, well, sometimes we're not, the best judge of our own behavior.
But she can't understand why Kevin hasn't called her since then. He was a perfect gentleman. He took her home, kissed her goodbye, and that was the last he'd seen her from. And you didn't get any weird vibe from Kevin at all in those last final few minutes?
I don't think, well, I mean, like, there's always that weird, like, will we kiss, will we not? So I think I was thinking more about that. Just if there was anything, I would have, I don't know. Now I don't know, but at the time, that's really what I thought, was that it was a little weird because were we going to kiss or not? And then we did.
Right. Okay. Let's just call him.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, Kevin.
Yeah, who's this?
Good day, baby. It's Jeff and Jenn at Q102. How you doing?
Jeff and Jenn from the radio?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
How are you, man?
Gosh. I'm doing good. How about you guys?
We're great. Great. We spoke with Whitney about the Bengals game. She says hi, by the way.
Hi.
Okay. When I heard your voice, I figured I knew what this was.
Are you avoiding Whitney for any particular reason?
Yeah, I'm avoiding her a little bit.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. She sounds really nice.
She sounds like fun.
It was just weird. It was just a weird interaction deal. So I'm sure she told you guys we went to the Bengals game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
We were headed to our seats, and she ran into this guy that she knew, right?
Uh-oh.
And as soon as she saw him, she ran over to him like squealing. You know those squeals, those high-pitched squeals that girls do when they see
Get
guys
excited.
that they yes,
Oh, my God.
That one?
that. So she ran up squealing, and she gave them this big hug, right? And he was just as excited to see her, They both exchanged hugs, and I could just tell there was like this intense chemistry between them, like
Something there.
something was there, and inside I was like, who is this guy? But I knew there was something there for sure,
Right.
and at least I can definitely tell they had sex before. You know what I mean? Like,
Wait, you think they've had sex before?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
you could definitely tell.
Like, you can tell when someone's kind of got a thing for someone else. Like,
Yeah.
okay. But
Yeah. So how do you know for sure?
It just felt like, I'm telling you, like the tension was there. It was crazy. So she finally introduces me to this guy, right? She's like, oh, this is an old friend, that she hadn't seen in years, yada, yada, yada. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's cool. And don't get me wrong, this guy was a nice guy. Totally cool. We stood there and talked to him for, a good 10, 15 minutes or so. So they had some history. They had been friends for a while. And then she hugged him goodbye, and he did one of those like long hugs that he could tell he was like smelling her hair or whatever.
yes.
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of those deals. It was crazy. But I did ask her about him, and she proceeded to tell me that this guy was her ex-husband.
Oh, ex-husband.
Really?
Yeah, it was her ex-husband. Yeah, but
Oh, my
apparently,
God.
how she explained it to me, how she laid it out, is that he was a Tinder date, I guess, and she ended up getting pregnant. And she comes from a big Catholic family, so when she got pregnant, they got married. She unfortunately ended up losing the baby, and so
Oh, no.
they decided that they didn't want to be married anymore, and then they got divorced, right? And the weird thing about it, is because she was so matter of fact about it all. You know what I mean? Like, I could
Well,
tell.
is this like something that's happened recently, or was this like a long time ago?
I don't know the timeline of it. She didn't really say, but she was just like, boom, we were married. Boom, we had a baby. Boom, we lost a baby. Boom, we're not married anymore. And she's like, just hit all these points. And then she was just like, all right, let's just roll on with our lives. And it was kind of like, it was like, Paul, let's talk about this a little bit more. And the more I thought about it, I was like, I don't know.
So you feel like there's some unfinished business there that despite the
That's
fact.
what I feel.
Yeah. I got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
and just looking at the interaction between them two, and you could tell there was something there, and I just feel like I didn't want to get in the middle of something like that, if she's dealing with this stuff. I don't know if she's like if she's been over it yet. You know what I mean? So I didn't really get into how long ago it was, So
Right.
Yeah.
I was just like, I might as well just move on to the next and, let that sleeping dog lie. You know what I mean?
Okay. Hey, Kevin, we got Whitney on the line. I want to ask her about it. Whitney, this is one of the things that, like, women notice immediately. Guys are a little slower on stuff like this. So if he picked up on it, can you give us, tell us how you really feel about this guy?
Oh my God, I don't know why I didn't even think about that. No, I do know why I didn't even think about that. And it's because there's so nothing there. Like, I can see why you would interpret it like that. But, what you were seeing was, two people who trauma bonded at a young age from, an, oh, no, we're pregnant and Catholic situation, not two people who are like, ooh, we really want a bone. That's what the closeness is.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
I feel that the chemistry was really strong. I mean, I'm sure you felt it, though, right?
I mean, I have a genuine love for him as a person because we were able to go through that together and be it was like they say conscious uncoupling, be like, okay, so we did this because we were going to have a baby. We're not going to, he helped me through that, losing the baby. And we went, okay, this is not the right thing for either of us. You're a great person. Let's move on. And I have so much respect for him because it could have gotten so messy and awful, But yeah, I want nothing but happiness for him. I think he wants the same for me. But we learned that we could not live together. And he's not, oh yeah, this is another thing. He says he's bi, but he's pretty much only dated men for the last 8 years. So,
Oh, really?
What?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't pick that up at all. Yeah.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that's a little very.
That's so funny.
What
I did
happened?
not
this
pick up
twist?
on that at all.
Yeah.
When was the last
Wow.
time you saw him?
I have not seen him since we got divorced
Yeah.
Which was how long ago?
8-9 years ago.
Oh, okay. So it's
Okay,
been
so
a
it's
minute.
been a bit.
So that could explain the giant hug and the running over to
Yeah.
him.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
very
that-
young and stupid.
Ladies,
I
do you
mean,
believe her?
I do believe, and I understand
do.
that trauma bond thing too. Where,
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, 100%.
for sure.
Where you're just we went through some together.
Yeah.
Haven't seen each other in years. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Yeah.
And I would
understand
probably
it.
squeal if I saw somebody you know,
Yeah.
that I had that kind of history with.
And then you have to explain it when you're well, that guy was the guy.
And
Yeah.
I totally get why that was way too much information to get on a
Yeah.
Saturday.
Wow.
So does that reframe it at all for you, Kevin? Would you consider going out with Whitney again, knowing this sounds like a better explanation than what you got at the game on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is night and day to me. I mean, yeah, this is different. Yeah, this is different because she went into a little bit more detail now. Now I understand, what they went through, and I'm down to give this another shot. If you want to, but yeah, this does change things for sure for me.
Wow.
You still in, Whitney?
Yeah, but you got to promise if something weird happens that you just ask me about it.
See, there
and-
you go.
Instead of disappearing.
Fair.
I promise never to ghost you if you never ghost me.
Okay, yeah, I mean, sure.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
That's a first.
Then, yeah, let's
this
try
is
it
a
again.
lot.
It sounds so simple,
Yeah.
yet Second Date Update is still on the air after 10 years.
Yep.
I do like them together, though. I like
do
both
too. They're
of them.
cute.
All right, this is exciting. We'll set it up. Kevin, you'll be hearing from Whitney because she called us, so we're going to work out all the details with her, and then she'll reach out to you.
Cool, guys. That works for me.
All
Thanks
right,
so much.
buddy. Thanks for taking the call. Best of luck to you both.
For sure,
Thank you
guys.
so much.
And who dey?
Who did?